80% of autistic females, so individuals assigned female at birth, are still undiagnosed by the time they reach 18 years old. So, there's only 20% of, girls or individuals who are born with uterus who get to adulthood and know. So many of us grow up not knowing, just thinking that we're just quirky. And maybe that's what they've been told by their parents or their friends, like, oh, you're just quirky, you're just weird. Or, to the extreme side, feeling like they have some sort of character flaw or personal failing because things are so much harder, whether it be executive functioning, because that is not just an ADHD thing, it's also an autistic thing, or keeping friends, making friends, understanding those nuances and not being repeatedly abused and used and misused in relationships. And so if you go into the Faces of Health app, and you'll see an education section where there are not just myself, but a number of different women of color doctors. So we have a psychiatrist there, we have multiple psychologists, someone who focuses on sex therapy, someone who focuses on trauma therapy, and all of these doctors are able to say, like, hey, these are the facts. This is the science behind these facts. And also, this was the important part that I wanted to make sure that every single video within the app included is, here's how to make it real. Here's how to come alive this education that I'm providing for you, making it practical, making it actually usable. Because if you have education that is not accessible, meaning it's too kind of high and convoluted that people don't really get it, or it's too ethereal and vague and broad that people don't know how to apply it, it's useless. It's almost like my husband will sometimes buy carrots, like raw carrots, but the whole ones with the stems attached. And I'm like, okay, you gotta wash them. You gotta, what's that called? You gotta scrape them off. That is so much work. I'm not going to eat it. That carrot is not healthy because it's not going to go into my mouth because there are so many steps before it can get to that. Let's just pay the $1 extra to get the pre-peeled carrots, pre-washed carrots, and then that's going to happen. And so it's kind of a very crude analogy, but Faces of Health is the pre-washed, peeled, ready to eat, ready to digest mental health education for folks, while also featuring and making visible these Black women scholars. That there is emerging research that links inflammatory processes, but also more specifically autoimmune diseases, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, EDS, and a variety of other medical conditions and hypermobility to autism and ADHD, particularly in women, but in all human beings. Actually, my doctor, my physician actually posted recently about teaching other medical professionals. If you have a client, if you have a patient who has autoimmune issues, whether it be ulcerative colitis or IBS or lupus, like I have, or fibromyalgia or chronic migraines or hypermobility or anything, you should be testing them for autism. You should be testing them for ADHD because of just how these things work in our bodies. And it's a combination of pro-inflammatory cytokines. It's a combination of our wiring and our, increased sensitivity to exposures. So increased sensitivity to stress, increased sensitivity to toxins, and all those things that kind of meld together to make this super common. In fact, I have a couple therapy clients who went through this whole process of discovering both their neurodivergence and autoimmune issues over the course of our therapy treatment together.